Alright, what's up everybody? Today I'm going to be talking about how I put on 20 plus pounds of lean muscle in about 1 year, 12 months. Okay? Now I'm breaking this down into 4 different pieces, and they're actually starting from most important. So, number 1 is you need to have a strong reason why you want to gain muscle, okay? It's different for everybody, but let's talk about some weak reasons first. So, to get with women, is kind of a weak reason, because that's a momentary thing, like, oh yeah, I want a hotter girlfriend, right? Or I want a girlfriend, whatever. That's a weak reason. Somebody on TV, whether it's Captain America or someone else like that, that's a weak reason. Like, oh, I want to look like them, that would be nice. That's a weak reason, okay? Strong reasons would be something that triggers you. So a personal reason why I used to be 155, 160 a few years ago, and now I'm 190. A trigger for me was losing in competition. So I'm a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu brown belt, and before, when I would compete, I would kind of get messed up. I would be smaller, sparring with people, there's always ego and all of that, and it's like, hey, I need to get stronger, I need to get bigger, I need to get heavier so I can beat the fuck out of people, okay? So that was a trigger. And then a couple other things, heartbreak is a great one. So if a girl rips your heart out of your chest, you have 2 options. You can cry like a little bitch, or you can improve yourself and do something about it. That one's a very powerful motivator, and it helps you move on, helps you feel more confident. And then the final one, and this ties in with 2 of these. It needs to be a strong negative emotion, okay? Not I would love to be this or that. There's a lot of studies on the psychology behind this. Basically, negative emotion, anger, hatred, all of those push you more, or fear, of getting beat up or bullied, whatever. That will make you want to push harder than just, I would love to look like XYZ movie star, right? So a strong reason, start there. Don't be, just have like a whimsical type of like, oh, I'd love to be bigger. Okay. Number 2 is diet. I'm putting this in front of exercise. I noticed a huge difference when literally I cleaned up my diet, started tracking macros. Not really tracking, but like, oh, I need to eat more carbs and more protein. More complex carbs and more protein. I'll talk about my diet in a second. Keep it simple and keep it repetitive. You don't need to cook fancy meals. You don't and shouldn't be eating out a lot and spending a lot of money, and it doesn't actually take a lot of time. So my go-to meal that I eat 10 times a week is brown rice and ground beef. I cook a batch of brown rice every 3 days, 3 or 4 cups. That's my carbs for half the week. Boil water, put rice in the pot, wait 45 minutes. I was on a hike with a lady recently, a tiny lady, who we were talking about food and diet, and I was like, yeah, maybe if you ate a little more, instead of like 2 granola bars a day, that would be a meal, then you would feel better and you'd get stronger. And she was like, and I'd be like, yeah, just put some rice, and boil some water and put some rice in a pot. And before I even finished talking about that, she's like, oh no, that's too much effort. If 5 minutes of boiling and sticking something in a pot is too much effort for you, then you don't deserve to have any results. Okay, so keep it consistent, keep it simple, and keep it clean. You don't need to go over the top. Yes, you can change it up. You can cook white rice instead. You can just start with one thing, and I'd recommend a lean meat and a complex carbohydrate. So brown rice breaks down slower. It has more nutritional value, and so I would recommend that. Okay, diet, very important. Number 3, exercise. This is, how you get bigger, how you get stronger. So for me, what I do is I rely on certain splits. So mine is basically a back and bicep day, a chest and tricep day, and a leg day. Yes, you can do push days, pull days, and leg days. Anything, literally anything, is better than nothing. And when I started, I didn't want to be in the gym. I was self-conscious about who's looking at me and all this nonsense. No one cares about you, by the way. A harsh truth, right? But you start with a split. Okay, you can just do a full body. And really, when I would go to the gym when I started, I would lift at home and other things, but I would be like, okay, I just need to do 10 minutes. Just do anything, right? Just to get my ass in the gym. And then I'd be okay, maybe 15, maybe 20, right? And slowly work up. It's a lot easier to just say, I'm just going to lift something up once, even if literally that's all you do, and at least you went to the gym, than to say, all right, I'm going to do an hour and a half workout. I'm going to do 12 different exercises, 5 sets of each, 8 to 12 rep range. No. Just get your ass in the gym and you'll figure it out later. Okay, so splits. You can look into that, ask ChatGPT, look online. There's a lot of information about that. I already told you mine. And so routine and discipline are the other things. So just getting in the gym is the hardest part. Then doing that consistently is also another kind of barrier or hump that you have to get over. And the discipline is also difficult. Usually you don't feel like going to the gym. Let's say you have a full-time job like I do. You're mentally drained, you're tired, and you just want to lay around. For me, I associate going to the gym with, it's tough to get the momentum up, but I'm thinking about how good I feel, how amazing I feel afterwards. Okay, so have a split, set a routine, and have the discipline. And then the final thing here is having a cue. So I listen to music. I will take pre-workout or caffeine sometimes. And then also the benefit of going to a public gym is if you have any social skills, which by the way you can work on your social skills while you're there. Hey, I've seen you around. What days are you here? You don't have to go up to girls, right? Just dudes or whatever, people you see. Because if you go the same days, the same times, you're going to see the same people, right? And then if you have a community, then it's going to be a lot easier to go and be like, oh shit, I got to show up because this guy's going to be here, my buddy, whatever. So all of these things, the exercise portion, just start small, just build the habit. Don't have to be crazy. Just get your ass in the gym, okay? Number 4, and this is actually a part that's going to kind of come naturally, is kind of eliminate or reduce your vices. So drinking, smoking, eating dog shit food, you're not going to actually feel like doing these things when you're more consistent in the gym. Your body's going to kind of be repulsed by a lot of these things. I know I feel like that. Like after I get a good workout in, whether it's sparring at jiu-jitsu or lifting, I don't want to eat fried greased food. I don't want to drink alcohol. I don't want to do a lot of these things. And so I used to drink a bit. Now I'll drink a couple beers a week, maybe. I used to smoke. Stop doing that because that fucks up my progress, right? And then you want to either moderate them, so you can still do these things, just tone it down, right? Drink a couple beers on the weekend. Don't be smoking as much or even at all if you really want to feel good and have a consistent growth. And at the end of the day, goal setting is also very important. So when I was 170, now I'm about 190, I was like, I'd love to get to 185 in lean muscle, okay? That was my goal. That's because that's a weight bracket in grappling tournaments. So I was at the 170 bracket, I want to go up to 185. And then I was getting my ass beat by bigger, stronger guys. It's like, I hate this. I'm a very competitive person, and so I was like, all right, I'm going to try to get to 185. So I started to take creatine, which I do about 5 to 8 grams every day. I started to try and eat a little cleaner and think about, okay, if I just cook rice and a ground beef, every day, then I'll start to feel better, bigger, stronger, more healthy. Okay, so I have a strong reason why you want to start lifting, getting in better shape. Clean up your diet. Set a consistent schedule with how you lift. 3 days a week minimum. I go 4 or 5, and then about 2 days of grappling, jiu-jitsu. And then limit your vices, okay? And on top of that, you set a goal so you have something to work toward. And after 3 to 6 months, you start to see progress, right? After 6 to 12 months, you start to feel a lot better, and there are all the benefits that come with looking bigger, right? You get more respect. Women look at you different. You're stronger. You feel amazing. You're more healthy. You have an insane amount of energy, and you're more confident. So hopefully this helped. If it did, leave a like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.